What is going on with all of my living, breathing, walking people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies, including pie bean trolls and scallywags from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and our vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves some justice and a huge favor. And with that being said, let's get into this evening's episode, starting now. (1:11) time of the recording. All right, you guys. As mentioned, I am D Venom. 1:22 time of the recording, and I'm solo. The feathered friends are at the Mikasa across the street, and I am at the park recording this particular episode for you guys. It is a cloudy but lovely afternoon here in Arizona. I'm not sure if it rained on your side of town, but it didn't on mine. But to say the least, it's still gray out and very cloudy on my side of town. But I'm enjoying the weather. I'm sitting in my car watching traffic go to and fro, and and just enjoying my time before I have to go to work tomorrow. Yes, you guys, I survived the work day. Now remember, I believe it was last Monday, I lost my job at the middle school. In a nutshell, 2 of the schools closed in the valley. I believe they were elementary schools. And they had to place those students and those workers somewhere. And considering they had seniority over, temps, and they were already pretty much a part of the school system, they got jobs and the temps didn't. It was told to me that, head of HR had another position for me. And I was reluctant about the position because I heard a little bit about it. I wasn't too fond of it, but I had to use the secret to my advantage, and I had to change my frame of thought, and I had to change it from this is not going to work out to I'm going to have a fabulous day at this job and everything is going to be perfectly fine. And it was. I woke up. I got up about 3 something, and I spoke with my mom, the same stuff that I usually do when I got ready for the middle school. And this time I'm taking a whole different route. So I wanted to make sure I had adequate time, to get up, eat something, have my coffee, take another nap if need be, and go from there. Anyway, I get on the road. I head to the high school, and all is fine. I went there the day before. I believe it was on a Sunday. Yes, it was Sunday because I went to go wash laundry. I went to locate the school, and come to find out, it's not that far from where I get my hair done at Anya's hair salon and spa, and that made it even better because I know where to go when I'm going to Anya's salon to get my hair done. So the school is like not that far from there. And, it just made my commute a lot easier knowing where I'm going, and I don't have to use my, GPS and all of that type of shit. Anyway, today cause the email that I got in regard to where to go, it didn't specify like exactly where the cafeteria is. And I had to guess, and I'm just like, oh my God, here we go with this. So anyway, I get to the school, and there's one parking lot, and then there's another. I bypassed the first parking lot, and I went into the second parking lot, and I parked. And, shortly thereafter, a car pulled up and I'm like, yeah, I have to ask questions. Other than that, I'm not going to know anything. So luckily, I think this was the teacher or something who answered my questions because I told them I'm new. I don't know where to go. They didn't specify where to go. Where's the cafeteria? So they told me, somewhat where the cafeteria is. And they told me it was more towards the first parking lot, the one that I bypassed. Anyway, I leave out of that parking lot after getting my information, go back to the first parking lot. There's not a lot of cars parked there. And I see a Coca-Cola truck in the parking lot. And I'm like, okay, the cafeteria or something has to be nearby if this Coca-Cola truck is right here. So anyway, a car pulled up and the young lady gets out and I didn't ask her any questions. I just let her go. And shortly thereafter, I see the Coca-Cola driver emerge. So I'm like, okay, here's my chance. So I get out the car and I walk over to him and he was in the back of the truck, I think getting ready to load something or unloading something, whatever he was doing. I asked him, I asked the student, but they didn't know English. Where's the cafeteria? And so then I turned to him and asked him. And so he told me the cafeteria is in a building, which was the wrong building. So thank God there was a student that was coming in. And thank God I'm not afraid to ask questions. Anyway, thank God this student was able to help me. And it was like, they pointed to the cafeteria and I walked over there, 6:44 time of the recording, and I walked over there and, no one was present. So I stood there for a while until someone came about and, I seen someone and I waved at them. They waved back and kept going. And I'm like, okay, I'm not, waving to say hi. I'm waving to get your attention. And anyway, a young woman comes out of a room and, basically it's my manager or supervisor or whatever. And we introduced each other and I told them I'm there for the position. And, basically I started. Anyway, it's no different than any other school. Of course it's a high school, so there's more students than the middle school. And, so far I like it because the students come and get their own food. And only thing we have to do is just supply their food and make sure that it's, a constant supply, of food from what they pick up and take. So we have to make sure we replace that in a timely manner. This is only my first day, so I'm really not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, but I know today I busted some dishes. I, did some sandwiches and things of that particular nature. Well, the sandwiches are already made. They're called Crustables. But anyway, I packaged some of those. Overall, the secret worked for me. And what I said I was going, how can I say it? How I said I was going to have a good day is what I had, a good day. Now I'm a little upset because I was pulled off the line to go wash dishes and I was pulled off too soon because a fight broke out amongst two girls and it would have been, I know people, I know I'm too grown for all that, but it would have been nice to see some girls throwing down in the cafeteria, honey. That would have been, oh babe, that would have made my day. But to know, my first day and here we go, but the fighting. And not only that, but I overheard there was a fight last week and I heard some teachers got into it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, am I at the right school or what the hell is really going on? I'm going to have to be at the right school because I have nothing else to lean on in regard to employment. And, I have to do what I have to do at this particular point. Anyway, it doesn't seem like a bad high school. I'm really not interacting with the students like that, which I can appreciate because I really don't want to interact with, the students. I just want to get their food prepared, serve it, and get my money and going about my business. The crew seems to be, pretty cool. I'm not there to make friends, not like at my last place of employment. I'm there to just do my job and go about my business and let that be the reason. But overall, it seems like I'm going to be at a pretty decent place of employment as of right now. So I survived it, you guys. I survived my first day of work. I went there. I asked questions. I didn't have a problem finding the cafeteria. After the third person I asked, I found that damn cafeteria. I was determined. I didn't want to be driving around wasting gas and doing all of that, looking for this and looking for that. I asked questions promptly and accordingly, and I got my answers, and I didn't have to do much to start my day. Anyway, I wanted to tell y'all about Saturday the 1st, 2025. That day was, oh my goodness, I had a fantastic day, and I wanted to share that with you guys, but I think I was too tired to record an episode for you guys, so I didn't do it. But anyway, I had a brilliant day that particular day and came across some angelic numbers, and I want to tell you guys about this day. Anyway, before I do, 11:11 time of the recording, I'm trying to refrain from cursing a lot, and I'm trying to refrain from using, the word, I'm going to say it for right now, dick and coochie and all of that type of stuff. I'm going to try to use the more proper words like phallus, vajayjay, vagina, all of those type of words. I don't want to, I've been not necessarily shadow working on myself, but I know that certain things that I'm doing here on the platform is for attention and for me to be liked. And, if I have to do all that, then I don't need to be doing this at all. I'm going to try to take a different approach in regard to, my diction and things of that particular nature, and how I go about my podcast, because I want to reach out to all audiences, not just, certain ears, but I want to reach out to all ears. And, you guys are listening to me in vehicles and stuff like that. And I don't need, cursing every 5 minutes and talking about coochie and all that. I'm going to still talk about it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to try to, make it less explicit, as I possibly can, but keep it grown. You know what I'm saying? 12:33 time of the recording. But anyway, in regard to Saturday, the 1st, 2025, and it was check day for a lot of people. And let me tell you, the Matrix was on hit. Okay. It was very active. Motherfuckers was spending every last bit of money that they had in regard to their first of the month and third of the month check. That shit is gone by now. Okay. Them people done bumped it up. They done drugged it up. They done, it's gone. Just put it that way. Anyway, I woke up that particular morning blessed. I was determined to find my SSI card and other documents in order to file my taxes. I know that it's probably near the deadline, and I wanted to get that over and done with because I could use that extra money. Anyway. I was 13:33 time of the recording. I've been cleaning up and trying to organize my living space, and I'm doing good so far, considering the fact that I am ADHD and it's hard to find a starting point. I found that starting point, and I'm glad that I did, because I'm getting a lot of things dissected. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. I got rid of a handful of things, but I have a closet full of stuff and continuing on to get rid of. So I'm happy. I was almost in tears the other day getting rid of stuff that I just held on to for far too long. And it was lovely. 14:14 time of the recording. It was a lovely experience just tackling all of that stuff and getting rid of stuff and keeping stuff that's sentimental to me. I'm enjoying this process. The biggest thing is going to be tackling that damn refrigerator, and maybe not, because I'm always assuming that 14:33 time of the recording, I'm always assuming that something is going to be far worse than what it is. And just like what, with me going through these boxes and doing this and doing that and tackling this and tackling that and getting organized is not as hard as what I made it seem once I started from somewhere. Anyway, 14:55 time of the recording. Anyway, I ended up locating what I needed for my taxes to be filed, and I think that I had coffee, if I'm not mistaken. I maybe spoke to a couple of people, and I spoke with this organization called VITA, and I explained that via the hidden gem what VITA is. And in a nutshell, VITA is basically an organization that helps low-income individuals and or families file their taxes for free. And I do believe wherever they file the taxes at, that particular organization gets some type of tax incentive or something to that particular nature. But anyway, after getting the information from VITA in regard to, organizations that are filing filing taxes on behalf of low income individuals, they gave me about 3 different places, and about the second or the third organization that they gave me was perfect. It's not that far from me, and it's Paradise Valley Community College, located at 18401 North 32nd Street, here in Phoenix, Arizona, 85032. And VITA is within the college. I think they're in the library portion, because that's where the signs led me when I went to go find the organization. Well, I knew where the college was. I just had to find where they were filing the taxes. Anyway, after getting dressed and all of that stuff, after getting the information from VITA, I got dressed and I left for the college. And I don't know what time it was at this particular point, but I'm driving along, and I get to the college, and I see that they're having a flea market in the parking lot, where the students park. And it's a lot of people out there, boy. I mean, it was a nice flea market, but I wasn't there for the flea market. I was there to get those taxes done. Anyway, this is a Saturday, and it's a lovely day, and everyone's pretty much out enjoying the weather, and I'm looking along trying to find, some type of sign that says taxes. And I park, and I'm looking, and I go a little further around the college, and I don't see anything. So I'm about to leave, and all of a sudden I see a sign that says taxes, and I'm like, perfect. So I park again, and I get out with my information, and I follow all the signs that says taxes, which leads, I think, to the library. And anyway, I walk inside, and Vita's sitting there, ready to do the taxes and everything of people that are, wanting to get their taxes done. Anyway, in a nutshell, I didn't get my taxes done because there were people that called off sick, and they only had a handful of individuals, to file taxes. And, they had reached their limit that particular day. And, they gave me some information in regard to taxes stuff and paperwork that I have to fill out before I go back Saturday. And, they also gave me a number, which was inside of that pamphlet or whatever, in regard to setting up an appointment. And you can do that online or via phone. So I decided today to do it via online. And my appointment is for Saturday around 11 o'clock, but I'm going to get there about 10:30 and, go from there. So I'm happy that I have an appointment set for my taxes and get that over and done with. Anyway, after that, after that experience, I decided to go to the dispensary and, get me a couple of goodies. And I get to the dispensary, all that's well, and everything is fine. I get my stuff, and I decided that I wanted something to eat. So I go to Wendy's, and Wendy's is right across from the dispensary. And anyway, I go to Wendy's, and I get a Big Bacon Classic combo. And I substituted my drink for a medium pomegranate and lemonade drink. And I think that was it. And all of that came up to $13.13. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like, this is perfect. So I looked into the angelic number while I'm eating my food, and something else happened, if I'm not mistaken, that was, just a phenomenon. But anyway, hold on, let me go through my notes real quick. Okay. Tell how I went to Wendy's. Tell how I bought a medium Big Bacon Classic combo and substituted my drink for a medium blueberry pomegranate lemonade, which totaled $13.13. Tell how I looked into two different definitions regarding 1313. Okay, so I looked into two different definitions. So the one definition I looked into, I watched all the way through, and then the second definition I looked into, I put the video on pause, went up, bought a Frosty, and when I went to go play the video again, it was 12:44 p.m. noon. That was the little phenomenon that happened. So yes, you guys. So I got my meal. It totaled $13.13. I sat down. I looked at one angelic number in regard to 1313. And then I looked at another video in regard to 1313. I put that video on pause because it was a long video, and I got my Frosty. And then when I went to go sit back down and play the video again, it was 12:44. Anyway, you guys, I started writing notes in my book, in my notebook, in regard to that particular occurrence that happened. And when I looked at the time while I was writing, it was 1:11. So that particular day, oh my God, if the 21:55 time of the recording, if the angelic realm was not talking to me that day, that Saturday, I don't know what was, because every time I looked up, there was the angelic number and something, and I got a compliment from the young man that was taking orders at Wendy's. He complimented my hair, and days like that just give me so much confidence. And, it's just like, what am I doing when I do merge off the straight and narrow? It's just like, I don't have to be doing any of this because I have all of this right here in regard to positive energies and things of that particular nature. And I just love all of this positivity that I am getting, just like with work, 22:44 time of the recording, just like with work, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I could have went there and been sour in regard to what I heard about the position and just been like, oh God, here we go with this shit, blah, 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 and just had an awful day leading forward. But I utilized the secret, the power of attraction, and I said that I'm going to have a phenomenal day. I'm going to get along with my coworkers, even though we all didn't, talk that much, and I kind of appreciate that. Everything went well. I found the place. I didn't have any hassle. I didn't have no problem. It was almost like everything was handed to me after I asked a couple of questions, and I only asked 3 questions out of 3 individuals. And it led me to where I needed to go. I like when the universe does this, just roll out the red carpet and all I have to do is just step on it and walk. I enjoy that. Yes. Anyway, you guys, I have to, get home, tackle some more things before it is bedtime and, get ready, for work, in the morning, 7 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock in the afternoon are my hours. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, I was going to call my ophthalmologist and see when is my appointment, but I'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, you guys, thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it. And I also have to work on my retention numbers. I see that they've been fluctuating from 100 to, whatever other numbers. And I don't like that. I like it at 100. So I have to do a little bit of more work, including go live with you guys and all of that stuff. I went live with you guys when I went to the laundromat yesterday, but, it was so packed at this damn laundromat. And there was one scallywag that I know that I'm pretty cool with. We used to hang out in the Matrix a lot. Anyway, this scallywag knows my damn vehicle, and they came walking up, and I was live, and I'm just like, oh Lord. So I didn't, I could have put it on mute and all of that, but I didn't want, my equipment out and all. I'm not saying that they would steal it, but I just wanted to, stop doing what I was doing, focus on my laundry, whatever else the case may be, and talk to the scallywag, because the scallywag is not a bad person. I mean, they're a pretty good person. They're just caught up in the Matrix, like a lot of people are. Anyway, you guys, 25:25, time of the recording. All right, I'm going to end this. I'm going to address it, send it out to the world, get home, take care of a couple of things, and let that be the reason. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Raising Vibrations podcast. I really do appreciate it very, 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 very much. And until my next episode, you guys, namaste. 25:55, time of the recording.